So in the past on this channel, I've done fun peep taste tests and various Easter candy taste tests. But one that I've never done, trying all the Jellybeans. Let's see how they are. Now, first off, I do have to state this. I didn't get every single kind of jelly bean that I could find. There were some I left off, mostly because I didn't want to have too many. So, ones like the Starburst jelly beans and the Sour Patch Kids jelly beans I left out, mostly because I've had those a billion times before. I don't really need to review them. That being said, I did keep a couple classics, because you can't do a jelly bean video unless you have a couple classics. And we have a bunch of newer ones that I think will be quite interesting to see how they are, including one that's really bizarre. So we're going to start off the OG, the Brock's original flavored jelly beans. These are classic. You can't really go wrong with a simple jelly bean. Of course, you got grape, I think it's, grape, orange, lime, lemon, strawberry, cherry, and orange. No black. So these do not have the black licorice, which a lot of people do not like. So let's try these out. Bottoms up. Classic flavors, classic jelly beans. Are they good? Yeah, of course they're good. But they're the flavors you get all the time. Not just during Easter, but they are kind of an Easter staple. So solid. I'd say, as a good baseline, I'm going to give the classics a good 7 out of 10. Then let's get to what I would consider my favorite cheap brand of jelly beans. It's another from Brock's, but I like these better than the standard. And that is the speckled jelly beans. So these are lemon, lime, blue raspberry, grape, cherry, and orange. Some overlap in flavors, but these, to me, have better flavors. So here are those. Let's try them out. Yeah, when it comes to good cheap jelly beans, you really can't go wrong with the speckleds. I would say those are, I'm going to give them an 8. I think going too much higher would be a bit disingenuous because they're not like super, super good, but they're very good. So I'll give them an 8. Now we're going to get to the funky brand collab jelly beans because, of course, during Easter time, every brand wants to make their own jelly bean. So we're going to start off with Skittles. Now, I think I have had these before, but it's been a while. Of course, these come in the traditional Skittles flavor, so grape, strawberry, lemon, lime, and orange. Here they are. Let's try them out. Bottoms up. Well, they taste exactly like Skittles if they didn't have the hard coating on the outside. So if you like the flavor of Skittles, you'll definitely like those. They're pretty solid. I would say better than the regular jelly beans. I'm going to give those a 7 or an 8, I guess. I might have graded these a little bit too high. Let's reevaluate for a second. I'm going to give the standard jelly beans a 5. I'm going to give the speckleds a 7. I think that's fair. Skittles, I'm going to give a 6. I think that's fair. Now to go with another iconic candy that has a very distinct flavor, we have Jolly Rancher jelly beans. These are, does it give you the flavors? Strawberry, orange, watermelon, grape, blue raspberry, and green apple. Again, all very iconic Jolly Rancher flavors. So here are the Jolly Rancher jelly beans. Let's try these out. All right, thumbs up. Those are really good. Very bold flavors. Bolder than the Skittles for sure, but Jolly Ranchers are known for their bold flavor. I'm going to give those an 8. I think it's well deserved. I will put those up there with the Speckles. So now we're going to get to the more interesting flavors to me. The sour / tart flavors. Of course, we're going to end with the funkiest one. So here's Sweet Tarts Jellybeans. So these are, they don't give you flavors, it looks like. No, it doesn't give you flavors. So I don't know what the flavors are, but probably pretty traditional Sweet Tarts flavors, I would guess. They are kind of pale, like Sweet Tarts are, so let's give these a shot. Bottoms up. You do get the bit of tart, which I do like. I would say the flavors are not quite as bold as the Jolly Rancher. And I mean, again, it's Sweet Tarts, so it's supposed to have that kind of sour, tart, sweet mix. And it does. I just don't think they're quite as good as the Jolly Rancher. So I'm going to go with a 7 for the Sweet Tarts. I think they're good, but I don't know if they're as good as the Jolly Rancher or the Speckles. This one I'm very curious about. I've never had these before. They sound really good, but if they have the texture of the old eggs that they used to have, we're in for a winner. Trolley Sour Bright Jelly Beans. So these are cherry lemon, strawberry grape, orange mango, raspberry strawberry, grape apple, and lemon raspberry. I have a hunch these might be the best. I hope they are. Here we go. Bottoms up. I like the flavors a lot. I would say I'm a little disappointed, but part of that is on me, I think, because these are not advertised to be like the gummy eggs. If you never had those, essentially it's a slightly bigger egg or a jelly beans shape, but the inside is basically the same gummy texture as a gummy worm. It's really good, and I thoroughly miss those. I wish they were not discontinued. So I was hoping these were going to be kind of like those. They're not quite. They're really good jelly beans, don't get me wrong. I think the flavors are solid, and I like the fact that it changes flavors as you go into it. So I'm going to give these an 8. I think they're tied with the best ones we've had so far. Quite good. Here come the last ones. I don't know how these are going to turn out. I got them mostly because I didn't know these existed. And they're probably bad. But we're going to find out. Peeps! It always comes back to Peeps. So these are marshmallow, strawberry, blueberry, and lemon flavored jelly beans inspired by Peeps flavors. Here's what they look like. They're very translucent. Let's try them out. Bottoms up. Is it weird to say I kind of like those? Did not expect to. Their texture is really good. The flavor is interesting. I did not expect it to be as enjoyable as it was. Like, you get the marshmallow, and I have a feeling the marshmallow is probably the flavor that's going to turn a lot of people off. But the other flavors are nice. It gives you a fairly substantial flavor. The texture is really good. Overall, it's just a pleasant jelly bean. Now, would I rank them above some of the other flavors we've tried today? No. But I would get those again, to be honest. I think they're enjoyable enough. So, good job, Peeps. So if I were to put these in order, of course, last I'm going to put the classics. They're the classics, but you've all had them. Next we'll go Skittles. I like Skittles. I think it's a good flavor. It's just not the greatest flavor. But I mean, if you like Skittles, I'm sure you really like them. After that, I'm going to go Peeps. Even though I did really like them, I think there are better flavors. Actually, no. Sorry, I take that back. I'm actually going to put Sweet Tarts there. So third from the bottom is Sweet Tarts. Then Peeps. I know that's surprising that I would rank Peeps above Sweet Tarts, but I actually really like the texture of the Peep ones. And I thought the flavor was pretty good. Next is going to be the Sour Trolley, Sour Bright ones. Those were really good. Then number 2 is going to be the Jolly Rancher. And the best of the Jellybeans that I've tried today, I'm going to go with the Speckles. I really like the Speckles. They're classic, but they're bolder than the traditional Jellybeans. They have a great texture, and they're some of the cheapest you could find. So you really can't go wrong with the Speckled Jellybeans. Definitely pick those up if you find them. And yeah, that's going to do it for this taste test of a bunch of different Jellybean flavors. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, that way you know when new videos drop. I know people want me to try the new Peeps flavors that have come out. I'll probably end up doing a Peeps video, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of Taste Test. Bye-bye.